I know, big shock. But I can honestly say that this series isn't one of them. Well, hello, I am Erica. I am odd. I don't know if I like my hair. It's fine. I am getting ready to run some errands and then go to, I think, that little bookstore I liked, just because I want to see if they carry the third U-book. We'll get into that. And then I want to hit a little cafe that I haven't been to yet that I'm pretty excited to check out. But we need to pack my bag before any of that happens. So I'm actually not bringing my Kindle today. I know, big shock, but it's only because I know that I want to read this while I am at the cafe. So we are taking Hidden Bodies. I'm about halfway through. I am still reading Play the Fool, but honestly, my thought process since getting this book in and starting Play the Fool has been you need to read this while you finish Iron Flame. And I think my process is right because I'm almost done with Iron Flame, and I think it's gonna give me an emotional book hangover, but I think if I'm simultaneously deep in this series as well, it won't be as bad and I won't get into a reading rut or anything like that. So I'm gonna take this with. I always bring a book light with me because you never know how dark certain places are. Put it in my trusty canvas bag that's full of loose change, apparently. AirPod Maxes, and then my tripod for my camera, and then of course phone, and then I gotta grab my wallet. But that's normally what I bring in my bag when I'm not doing work and I just need to go have a change of scenery for my reading. Does that make sense to other readers? When I can't sit outside because it's 40 degrees out today. It was 75, but now it's 40 again because I live in Illinois, and that's just what Illinois does. Sometimes I just need a change of scenery instead of just reading in my same spot that I always do. I'm no, I need to go to a cafe because I am a person who enjoys her own company. I don't know if you couldn't tell that from everything about me on here, but I very much enjoy my own company. I just go do stuff like this all the time. It's kind of like taking myself on a little date when I feel my mood is just out of whack. So we're gonna go do that, and I'm super pumped for it. And I'm gonna tell you all about Hidden Bodies. The towns that I'm near are so they have a lot of older buildings, so it's definitely a Stars Hollow feel. Be jealous. I love it. Okay, so they didn't have my book, which sucks, but I was kind of expecting it. It's a smaller bookstore, but I still want to go there and support whenever I can. When Hannah Grace's new book comes out in June, I'll buy my, physical copy from them. I already have it pre-ordered on my Kindle. I just love that little bookstore. It's so cute. I ended up getting 2 more magnetic bookmarks because I'm kind of addicted to the tarot card one that I got from there last time. And I lose physical bookmarks. By the way, this whole time waiting for my signal to walk. They take forever here. It's really annoying. Wow, really? All these cars are gonna go. I'm just gonna bug this shit out of this thing. I wish it was a little bit warmer, but I'll take it. Because this was a brutal winter, guys. Ooh, the thrift store. Okay, we might have to go into the thrift store really quick. Stop it. There's a little free library? Are you serious? Let me see. Is this just Bibles? Because that would really suck. Yeah, it's all God stuff. I'll have to bring some of my old fantasy books. Some, different thought process and literature into the free library in town. Hi. forgot to put my sunglasses on. That's what I forgot. What is this lighting happening here? I remembered my parking time limit just in time. I've never gotten a ticket here, but now that I said that, I'm sure at some point just jinx myself. Anyways, that's a new cafe I wanted to go to. The cafe and the bookstore are actually co-owned by the same company. Super cute place. I sent a Snapchat to my friends. They're like, that place looks so vibey. I'm like, it is vibes, guys. I love it. They had several different rooms and you could tell that like some were lit darker, some were lit lighter. Super like sensory friendly. I don't know if they're meant to be, but it definitely was. I chose to just go in the room with some of the best lighting so I didn't have to take on my book light. Those yellow chairs, super comfortable. I loved the color too. I love those colors, like mustard yellows and like terracotta. If you couldn't tell by like everything in my room, I love like tones like that, which is good because I'm an autumn. A lot of their syrups aren't gluten-free, but 1883 syrups are gluten-free. I have a lavender latte. Never had it before. I'm very much like a hazelnut, vanilla type person, or like pistachio, toasted marshmallow. Y'all see me make them. I like those like warmer flavors, but I was like, all right, lavender, like why not? I felt like it was gonna be hit or miss. It's still kind of hit or miss for me, but it's not bad. Like, it's almost gone. So it's definitely not bad. I think it's definitely a flavor I would only enjoy in spring and summer. But it was so good. And this is your sign to maybe try a new flavor in your coffee this week, because you never know. I'm probably going to order this again if I go somewhere. Like, now I know if I'm allergic to a bunch of their syrups, but they have like the 1883s and only floral flavors. Like, oh, I do like those. That's really good to know. But honestly, it was delicious and I got through a lot of my book. It's just nice to like give yourself a change of scenery. You have to have a change of scenery. Moral of the story, get out there, try something new, try new latte flavors. You never know if you're gonna like it. I do. And also, I have to order the third U book. Okay, yeah, I need to move or else I'm gonna get a ticket. Before I end this vlog, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Hidden Bodies before I give a full review. So far, I'm halfway through. I'm on page 200. There are 439 pages in this book, so I'm almost halfway through, I guess you could say. Nonetheless, I like knocked out 100 pages yesterday, I think 50 pages today, like so far. I'm gonna continue reading for the rest of the day, but so far, it's better than the first book. And I don't say that as like, oh, the first book was just so-so. It was still very much like scary and like great psychological thriller, the first one, but it moved very slow, right? So this one obviously moves a lot faster because we have established like kind of who everybody is, and we jump into this, spoiler alert, Joe's already in a relationship when this book starts. So it's not like the build up to a relationship constantly. Obviously he meets new people and stuff throughout this book, so you used to like learn about other people. So like, yes, Love and 40 are in the book. Amy Adam is in the book. I know that her name makes an appearance in the second season of You, but it's different. The books are extremely different from the show. I think that they took a bunch of names from this book and really just wrote their own narrative inspired by sort of the psychology of Joe Goldberg, but then like added charm on top of everyone. Like even Love, who I was a huge fan of in season 2, is kind of unbearable in this, where like she is, so far at least, kind of the snotty come from money girl, and she kind of like isn't reading the room when it comes to Joe, who did not grow up with a silver spoon in his mouth. And I feel like in the show they took that aspect away from her to make her more, I think, lovable and approachable, but like a lot more rich people in here. So it's sort of like everyone is still a little bit despicable, but I would have to say the biggest character change is Henderson. Henderson in the book and Henderson in the show are absolutely nothing alike. It's like reading two different characters. So while the characters have the same names, they are very different from the show. So I was actually talking about this with my friend. He loves the show too. I told him, you know, reading the book, it's sort of like I get an additional 3 seasons of the show, because I know the final season is coming out either later this year or early next year. They haven't really like announced it yet, but it's gonna be the final season, which is like sad because I love Penn Badgley, but also like I get it, because I feel like if you were to keep going with that, it would be a lot. But because the books are so different from the show, this is kind of like I'm getting another additional 3 seasons to this show that I love, and I'm seeing like even more plot twists and ways that it could go. It's like getting an additional 3 seasons and not destroying the other 4 seasons. since that came out. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like anything's been taken away from the show, and it doesn't feel like the show took anything away from the book. I feel like they're just so different that it's like, oh, let's look at what's going on with Joe here because we never saw it in the show. So it's still like sort of exciting to read of like, oh, I don't know where this is going. Where is this gonna go? How is he gonna get out of this? So I would highly recommend it. I know what it's like to read a book and then watch the movie and be like, oh, I really wish they left that scene in. But I can honestly say that this series isn't one of them. And I think it's because Book Joe is so gross. But it's also like, I need to know what happens just from a psychology standpoint. But again, would highly recommend it. I'm getting the third book delivered later this week. So excited about that. I feel like I should be done with this obviously within the next 2 weeks. But that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Just hanging out with me after work. I needed just a change in vibes. And sometimes that's like all you need. If you feel yourself like getting into a mood or getting into like a rut or a creative rut or what have you, just like change up your scenery a little bit. Go somewhere different for an hour or two. See how you feel. And I do stuff like this all the time. And that's why you see me go to like so many bookshops and coffee shops and stuff like that. I have ADD, obviously. So I need to go to different places all the time and just like be in a different setting for just a little bit every now and then throughout the week, just so I can like feed that part of my mind, you know, like when it's negative 22 out and you just cannot go anywhere and you are in the house, that's when I'm like, okay, I better start reorganizing everything or I'm gonna go nuts. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.